Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. Well, this is kind of something I've been wanting to I don't know what you say, restore, clean up. Um, Sorry for the little shakiness, moving some stuff around. I picked this up probably about a month and a half ago. The local Craigslist. I was looking for wood stoves and they were all kind of out of priced. And I noticed this one, which actually there was two of them. There's the wood stoves brand name and all the information. But I found there was two of these in some kind of barrel. Not really sure what the other contraption was. The lady wanted $300, so I contacted her, and she was about 3 hours away, 3.5 hours away. So I said, well, road trip. Went down there, let her understand it was some kind of like a barrel that would have sat on a homemade stand, and basically you would have piped your chimney into it, then it comes out of it and goes back out to your top of the chimney. It's basically, I guess, like an extra wood heater, like it stored extra heat. I didn't need that crap, and I told her it's not worth nothing. I told her she can even keep it. But I looked at the condition of this stove, and there was one that's actually the smaller version. I ended up telling her, look, she wasted my time, 3 hours, 3.5 hour drive. So basically, in the end, I told her, look, $200, 100 per stove. The other one, it was in the same kind of condition. It was surface rust everywhere. This one, why I like this one, not only was it bigger, it had the twist dampener, or I guess it'd be air inlet more than a dampener. Only other thing is that was wrong with this one, it was missing the stove rope that goes on the inside here to seal it, and it's missing the little piece that locks against there, which isn't nothing. So when I sold the other one, a buddy of mine seen my picture on Facebook of both stoves and offered me $100. Went ahead and took it, so I only paid $100 plus the gas to go down there for this one. This will definitely be used in the cabin on my second channel, Masses Dash Outdoors, right here on YouTube. So, and it's time to clean it up. I'm kind of doing what he did to clean his up. His looked perfect and immaculate, and this is it. The Rutland stove polish for cast iron. This does work. I seen what he did with his. It took him about an hour. Now, I don't know why I grabbed the crappy wire brush. That's missing more than half, but it still works. He wire brushed his down, cleaned off the rust, dust that collects, and just polished it with that. I'm doing basically the same, except going kind of a faster method, just using the good old angle grinder with a wire brush. So why don't we go ahead and get cleaning up. This shouldn't take me about 15-20 minutes max. Then we'll just rub her down with some polish. got this done completely. As you can see, all the heavy rust is gone. It's just brown colored from, I guess, rust residue. Today, like I said, we're going to use the Rutland stove polish. From what my buddy said, it's supposed to be quick and easy. Shake it up, squirt some out, make sure you got gloves on. This is from what the bottle says, made from the darkest stains in the world. And I'm going to tell you, I truthfully believe them. This is kind of amazing. From what I understand, it protects, it's supposed to protect and recolor the stove. So we're just rubbing it on like shoe polish. I'm going to go ahead and probably use the whole entire bottle on this. For it was like $6.99, I believe, $5.99, $6.99. So I'm not going to complain about the price. I'm not complaining about what I paid for the stove either. It was actually a very fun family road trip to go get them. I enjoyed myself, the kids did. And being what it is, you know, if nothing else, I got a deal on the stove and I had a fun trip going to get them. So that's all we're going to do. As you can see is we're going to rub it in. It's going to dry. Then I don't have any chimneys for this. I don't have the stove, the rope whatever goes in the door, little rope gasket. From what I figured out with wood stoves and fireplaces, especially wood stoves, let's start there. You'll actually spend less for the stove than you will the piping to run it out. It's ridiculous, but something's gonna have to be bought. But if you notice, that's all I'm doing is just rubbing it in. Everywhere this is landing is turning it nice coated black. I can't really complain. This is starting to look real beautiful. Just kind of like the wire rolling process. I don't think I want to sit there and watch me do all this. That's all I'm going to do is basically go ahead and rub this in, and I'll get back with you. I got her all polished up. There's just a couple of areas I need to touch up, just like right there, along in there. So I'll go grab me. I keep little paint brushes for that kind of stuff. If you want to get this thing nice and black, go ahead and do the first burn. The first burn kind of helps, I guess, set the polish in. While I was at it, the little screw dampener, I was having basically the screw in the center was froze up. You can see that there where I've already tried. Screwdrivers, impact driver. Finally got a giant pair of pliers, and it was froze up. The screw completely twisted out, which isn't that big of a deal. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and finish removing it. If I have to, I'll re-drill and tap, and I'll put something new in there. Because honestly, without it being able to turn, I can't control the airflow, which is just a simple air inlet. It just goes through here. It's like it cuts right there and goes inside. I do kind of want to do a first burn. Just go ahead and get this thing done. So probably I'll do a small little control burn and nothing major. If I do a small enough fire, I shouldn't need to even move this thing. I could leave it right here and just let it shoot your way. It would be, guess it would be smart to go ahead and fix this dampener first. See, there's two screws right here and here that hold this plate to there. Then the other plate, that's where the air just comes right through. I need to do that, so I might just go ahead and get it set up for that. I want to get this thing done, and I want to be able to take it in. Wife can't bitch about it. I still got to make the little piece for there. So I guess a little bit more work plugging away at it. Alright, but this is the next day. As you can see, it's all nice and black. Started rubbing on it right here. You can kind of buff it out. Take a little bit of that extra finish out of it. I was going to do a test burn. I said, well, what I'm going to do is wait to get it out in the woods, out by where the cabin is going to go. And I'll just set it up out there, do the first burn, so I don't want that all in the cabin. You can see right here, I finally broke this sucker free. I got to do a little bit of cleanup right there and just stain it right here where these little marks are at. And this right here is a chore, and this one right here, this is the air intake. What it is, I had this like a screw bolt that went right the way all the way through. The issue was it was all froze up in place. I used my big pair of pliers and I kept pulling on it, and then I finally broke it loose. But what was actually churning was the metal itself was breaking. So I went ahead and broke it all the way out, and I had to re-drill the little hole, the center of the little screw hole. Once I was able to do that, I want to take it off all the way because I just finally got it fixed. But you can see it actually opens up a pretty good ways. Looking in there, try not to get the camera to get shadow in there, but you can kind of see way in there. The bolt runs all the way through, and it's actually I put a shorter bolt than what normally would go in. Like, it's actually made to go through the other plate, and it has a little movement because I guess I might have accidentally over drilled the center, but it does what it's supposed to, and that's all you're supposed to do to adjust the air in and out. You can go ahead and close it all the way. Once it's done, like right there, that shuts the whole air supply off to the stove. And honestly, probably don't even need more than that. As long as it shuts tight, we can shut the air supply off. So that's that. I still got to get the stove rope for the door, which won't be for a couple more months till it gets cooler here in the south. This local Tractor Supply will carry it, and if you notice, we can yank on the door, she won't fly open. All I did was just grab a piece of, I believe this is 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch angle, box tube, and ended up cutting a piece. Found 2 nuts and bolts in the old parts bin drawers. Works perfect. With the stove rope, you'll be able to do all that. Keeps it closed, and the stove rope, stove rope, whatever they call it, it'll seal up the door. So that's really about it. Put $100 plus the fuel to go get it. Put $6-7 in the paste, the little wax, not even wax, it's a stove polish, and it's done. So I got less in it than what a brand new one sells for. It's just going in my little homemade cabin out in the woods. So I think it'll be perfect. At least, I even got this one somewhat cleaned up. Got a little cobweb on there. Need just to polish this one up too, but I also got a cool little hook, and that just hooks right there, and all this is used for prying off your tops. And I was going to do a first burn, so I grabbed just some old 2x10s I had I was going to burn. And that's all you would do when the stove is just a-roaring. Everything would just go right back in place. And that's it. That way you can open up your little cooktop. When that ain't needed, just shove it right there. Well, that's going to be put away right now. I'm going to bring her in. I'm going to finish it up real quick. Get a little brush. Get in these little grooves. I'm going to do that all off camera just so I can get it done. A couple of areas I want to see look nice and black. I want it to look new as possible, but at the same time, I don't mind the little characters. That's what makes a cabin a cabin. It ain't got to look fancy and all yuppity. You just want it to look good. I mean, that's what the old wood stoves are about. A little rustic feel to any kind of whether modern house or an old just junk cabin. Well, guys, I'm Master32210. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.